In this video, I will be talking about the FP method for Pyraminx, an obscure method with a medium amount of algorithms. FP stands for the Fans Pyraminx method or the face permuting method. I will talk about whether you should learn it and then show the algorithms. In this method, you get one side completed. You don't have to worry about where the pieces are, you just need a side. And then you use one algorithm to solve the rest of the cube. So it's not really V first or top first, but it's more similar to a V first method. It's kind of like Ortega for the Pyraminx. It is relatively easy to learn, but some of the algorithms can be quite similar, so you do need to practice quite a bit to get the muscle memory down. I don't think you should learn this method on its own. What I mean by that is that it should not be the only method that you use. It's not very good as a standalone method. However, if you already know an advanced method like L4E, FP can be useful as a tool you can use if the scramble you get has a very easy side, but no easy V, for example. So, if you know an advanced method and think that FP will be useful as an addition to your knowledge, let's get into the algorithms. Now, in some of these algorithms, I'm going to be using this symbol, and what that's going to mean is a rotation like this. Okay, so that symbol, you got your front here, and then you move it like that. Just a note that in this video, yellow is always going to be the side that I'm starting on. So obviously, as part of this method, you have the cases where you have a full layer completed, because obviously when you make a side, it can be a layer. But if you're learning this method, you should already know these cases, so I'm not going to go over them in this video. The first set of cases that I'm going to be going over in this video is where you have one piece in your bottom layer correct, and then these two pieces need to be swapped. And in this first case, on the top, you have one piece fully correct, and two pieces that have no matching colors to the center. And you hold your correct piece on the bottom to your left, and your correct piece on your top to your right. And the algorithm is in this case, you have one piece on the top fully correct, and two pieces where you have one color correct. So it makes a big bar here. And you hold it with your correct piece on the bottom to your front, and the correct piece on your top to the right. And the algorithm is now with that case, the way I like to do it is do these four moves and then turn the cube like this and then do. In this case, you have one piece that's flipped but in the right place, and you have one bar pointing down to the right. And you hold your correct piece on the bottom to the left, and your bar to your left here. And the algorithm is in this case, you have one piece that's in the right place but flipped, and you have a bar pointing down to the left. So you want to hold your correct piece to the left on the bottom, and your bar to the right here. And the algorithm is for the next set of cases, you have none of these three pieces being in the right place, but they all need to be moved around to the right. So this blue needs to go here, this red to there, and all that. So the first case is where you have a solved top, and you hold it with your face to the front, and you do so for this case, where you have a two flip, so one piece fully solved, and then two pieces solved but flipped, you hold your top like this, so your solved piece is to the right, but you can hold your bottom any way you want. And the algorithm is in this case, you have two bars pointing down to the right and one piece where nothing's correct. You want to hold this piece in the back and you do the algorithm in this case, you have two bars pointing down to your left and you have one piece where nothing is correct. You want to hold this piece to your right and do the algorithm in this case, all the pieces on the top need to be cycled to the left. So these two blues need to go to the left here. You can hold the top any way you want, and obviously the bottom any way you want. And the algorithm is in this case, you need to move all the pieces on the top to the right. So these two green pieces need to move to the green center here on the right. And again, you can hold the top and bottom anywhere you like. And the algorithm is for the last set of cases, there are none of your three edge pieces in your side correct, and they all need to be cycled around to the left. And the first case is where you have a solved top, and the algorithm for this, holding your side to the front, is again, with the rest of these cases, you can hold the bottom any way you like. So this next case has a two flip again, where you have one piece fully correct, and then two pieces correct but flipped. And you hold your correct piece in the back, and the algorithm is in this case, you have two bars pointing down to your right, and one piece which you should hold at the back of the cube, which has nothing correct. And the algorithm is in this case, you have two bars pointing down to your left, and one piece which has nothing correct. You should hold that piece in the back, and the algorithm is in this case, you have three pieces on the top that all need to be cycled round to the right. So these two reds need to go here to the right. You can hold the top and bottom any way you want, and the algorithm is in this case, you have three pieces on the top that need to be moved round to the left. So these reds need to be moved round to the left here. You can hold the top and bottom any way you want, and the algorithm is